Thank you. Call the Borough of Mechanicsburg Council meeting of January the 6th to order. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
President Baker.
Here.
Vice President Winchell.
Here.
Councilman McDermott.
Present.
Miller.
Here.
Hellman.
Here.
Stoner.
Here.
Weber.
Here.
Mayor Ritter.
Here.
Solicitor Point. Engineer Rogowski.
Here.
Chief Spots.
Here.
Chief Secret.
Here.
Manager Dennis.
Here.
Mayor Ritter.
Here again.
Mayor
Okay, all right. So we have a guest, Mr. Santo. All right, let me come down to you, sir. Resolution 22-2014, and I normally don't read all of this, but because you're the one of the advisory council's members since its inception, I'm going to read all of them. Mechanicsburg Borough Council wishes to recognize and thank Ron Santo for his service on the Environmental Advisory Council since its inception in its March of 2006 through December 31st, 2014, and whereas Ron Santo was instrumental in establishing the guidelines for the Environmental Advisory Council, serving as the chairman of the council from 2006 through 2009. And whereas Ron Santo represented the borough with dedication and integrity, acting in the best interest of the citizens of the borough of Mechanicsburg, keeping environmentally friendly initiatives at the forefront of his mission. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the council and officials of the borough of Mechanicsburg, Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, that we commend Ron Santo for his years of service to the Mechanicsburg community and staff, always exhibiting his dedication to the borough that contributed to making the borough of Mechanicsburg a good place to live. This is enacted in the resolution the 16th day of December 2014. Thank you very much.
No, it's been a great pleasure, great honor being able to work on the EAC. We started it, and I think it's proved its worth, and it's been a real honor to serve the community with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Any citizens' comments or requests? Are there additions to the committee portion of the agenda? Oh, I'm sorry. I jumped over one. We need approval of the minutes of the council meeting December the 16th, 2014.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now, are there any additions to the committee portion of the agenda? We'll try that again. Seeing none, hearing none, we'll need a motion for approval of the committee agenda.
Make that motion.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Standing committees of Borough Council, Community and Economic Development, Mr. Weber.
I have no report. I would defer to Councilman Pellman.
The last meeting of the Downtown Mechanicsburg Partnership, 3 members were approved for board seats for for new terms, and that would be Bob Burig, our own Glenda Boyer, and Wanda Word of PNC Bank were approved for board seats. Officers were also approved for the following year. President Bob Burig, Vice President Dave Galloway, Secretary Taylor Eisenberger, and Treasurer Deb McCreary. And at the last Downtown Mechanicsburg Partnership meeting, Bob Burig wanted to tell me and wanted me to pass this along to everybody. Thank you for not cutting back on funding toward that very valuable organization. That's all I have.
Thank you. Rebecca's out of town, so I guess we don't have a report. Okay.
I'd like to just say something in regards to the Planning Commission. Planning Commission did have a meeting December 17th. And during this Planning Commission meeting, Craig Malott, the big thing going on now with the Planning Commission is obviously the development of the Hess Farm. Craig Malott on the 17th talked to the Planning Commission and informed them that a traffic study and impact was submitted again for a third time to PennDOT, and they may by the end of January have approval from PennDOT on the traffic study for the new development. One of the things that's taking a long time now for them is, of course, the finding the sewer, a passage from the new development to the sewer plant, and that's what's going to take them a while. And they're in the process of working on that right now. But that was just that the Planning Commission hadn't met for a while, and one of the reasons is all these studies going on to finalize those sorts of things.
Okay. Thank you. Finance Administration Ordinance, Mr. Winchell.
I will defer to Patrick.
Sure. Thank you all for taking the time to read this. I passed this out last week. Our Labor Council went through our personnel policy the last time they've been updated was several years ago. Mike added some things related to FMLA, added some additional language in for some issues that we run into with vagueness in the past related to time off, related to salary exempt versus non-salary exempt employees, rights and wants and hopes and dreams and desires related to that. We also wanted to make it consistent with our most recent contracts, as well as making sure that we reference now that referencing our pension documents is now there's employee buy-in to the pension, as well as all the health care that's for non-uniformed and uniformed non-union members get. So now everybody is on the same page. Everybody's singing from similar sheets of music. Obviously, those who are not in unions aren't under contracts, but this document mirrors the benefits that they're getting, so everybody's getting and paying the same thing for
They all know
the same
where they
benefits. Correct. Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. Is that it? Internal Review Committee, we don't have anything on there. Municipal and Community Outreach, Mr. Weber.
No report. We'll be meeting probably next month.
Property, Parks, and Recreation, Scott.
On December 17th, the Public Works, I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun there. I'm going to defer to Mark on this.
The only thing I have under the Park and Recreation, we have a meeting next week. We didn't meet in December because of the holidays. Our next meeting is next week at 7 o'clock here. Probably start getting discussion on stuff for the springtime to do at the park, start getting all that stuff ready to go. And
Well, we need a full manager. In all seriousness, we need somebody to get in here because I've already reached out to private companies. I'm trying to get as many things lined up to do it, but if I don't get a body in here soon, it's gonna be tough. So I wanna make sure we get somebody in here so we can take care of 95% of it. It's having that person day to day to make sure that it gets open. I've already signed the documents to get the pool clean, to get it done, to get it so we can open, but I need somebody to manage the bodies when they come in. So, and that stuff starts now. It doesn't seem like it would, but it starts now.
Oh, yeah.
So if anybody knows anybody, anything that has any interest in it, have them approach me because I want to get somebody in here sooner than later. And we'll have the same discussion at the rec board meeting next Tuesday, is that keep putting the feelers out, see what we can get.
Thank you. Public Works and Safety, Scott.
Yeah, I wanted to report to the full council here. The Planning Commission, not the Planning Commission, the Public Works and Safety Committee met on December 17th, the day after our last council meeting, and it was attended by members Stoner and Winchell, and Kyle also attended. Basically, I think only 2 members of the public showed up, but basically Roger Cesarski and our borough manager laid it out for us what their plans are for this next very short period of time here, getting together with all the property owners along York Street, Shepherdstown Road, and getting them to understand what needs to be done. Roger, I think what we talked about, a couple alleys that we may have to build up a little bit to even get them to a level surface for the laying of new curbing and sidewalks, and that's gonna be a twist. What they're basically trying to do is avoid some of the problems we've had in our other paving projects and getting ahead of the ball here, so to speak. So I don't know if you two want to add anything, but it's.
I think we've got a good game plan. I think we have a good letter that's ready to go out. I think we've taken the direction and advice the council's given us. I think what we're going to put out is going to be more easy to understand. I think it's less esoteric, and I think that we have the right people online this time around to make sure people understand what's going on, and we have less problems. There will be problems, but less problems than we did before.
Okay, very good.
If I can reiterate what Roger Patrick both said, plus add, you know, I think again, that everything is in place to do this properly. I was impressed with something that Roger, I don't know if Roger or Pat, somebody came up with, but Roger told us about it, was a form in triplicate to be disseminate information, so we have copies of what's been told and what's been said and what's been reported, so we'll have, I mean, it sounds like we'll eliminate a lot of headaches this way.
Everything will be there, and you can't say you didn't get
We're
it.
very impressed.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark, did you want to add anything about fire consolidation?
The only thing I have is, things are progressing nicely. I've been getting, emails from, Ben and a couple other fire, company members on, some things that we have coming in the works. We actually have a joint meeting, or joint meeting up at Citizens, on the 22nd this month. This is, if everybody don't know, I say bi-monthly meetings, we meet every bi-monthly with the two companies in a big joint meeting to go over some things that needs discussed, input from both companies that either comes back to the consolidation, committee, or it's talked about among the company members, and we go from their ideas or their discussions they have from there, and we come back and discuss it at our meeting we have with the 8 of us upstairs, at the next meeting. So that's on the 22nd this month. That's all I have.
Thank you. I know we have an addition to the agenda.
Yes, sir. Consideration and possible action to approve the resignation of school crossing guard Kristen Swingle effective immediately.
We want to make a motion.
Do we have a motion?
I'll second.
Motion made, seconded, Pat, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any other additions?
Yes, sir.
Approval of the council action agenda. You need a motion, please.
Make that motion.
Motion's been made,
Second.
seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Discussion and possible action to adopt resolution 01-2015 in memory of Jay Stoner.
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made,
I'll second.
seconded. Any discussion?
I'd like to just say, I think this is a no-brainer. He was a great man, and this is an easy one for me, and I'm sure everybody.
It's a good one, yeah, it's good, definitely good. He's gonna be missed,
Yes.
who knows? Wealth of information. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Discussion and possible action to approve the agreement with Cumberland County for equipment rental services for the yard waste composting equipment.
Do we have a motion? Did everybody read that?
I will make that motion.
The motion's been made,
Second.
seconded. Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
And I apologize, I don't know when the last time that was updated.
A while ago.
Was it as open-ended as it is right now? I mean,
Lisa and I were actually talking about this before the meeting. It's very infrequent that they update it, and the only thing we use for it is the actual large grinder to grind the material. But I honestly, the last time the agreement was updated was maybe,
so we're not renting all the equipment from them,
No.
just the grinder?
no, it's just the grinder.
So the only thing we're dealing with on that agreement is the
Yes, sir.
grinder.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Right.
I feel better now.
The motion's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Discussion and possible action to appoint Bruce Smith to the Planning Commission for a 4-year term to expire December 31st, 2018.
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made,
Second.
seconded. Any discussion?
Another easy one, this is a really good guy. I've known him for a long time.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Discussion and possible action on adoption of the updated personnel policy.
Care to make a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Consideration and possible action to approve the resignation of school crossing guard Kristen Swingle effective immediately.
Motion?
I'll make that motion. with
Motion's been
regrets.
made.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Citizens' comments.
Dependable as sunrise, I know. Richard Snyder, 338 West Main. As a dog walker, I would like to one more time ask that somebody get an arborist or somebody into Memorial Park and look for the at least 8 or 9 limbs that have separated from the trees they were growing on and are hanging up there in the overhead, especially the ones near the former tennis court, because by the time it gets soft in the spring, it won't be good to get a truck in there, and little legs running around, we do not want to see them catching branches with their head. Thank you.
Thank you. Pat, I don't know how high are those limbs, sir?
They're in various locations. I'll give you a map if you want.
Do you assume we could reach it with our bucket truck, or would it take something like?
I'm thinking bucket truck.
A bucket truck of
If
ours?
nothing else, you could probably at least pull them down.
No, I'm not
if
too
you get
great
cut.
about somebody being in a bucket pulling
Yeah.
them down, they could have knock them off.
That's not a good idea.
Check it out, and if we need to, maybe we can,
I'll get Susquehanna Tree Service in if we can.
okay, we'll do that. All right.
So we don't have roads.
Any other citizen comments? Any other business? Ellen? Patrick?
No, sir.
Chief?
No, sir.
Jack? No, thank you. Gary?
I would just like to announce that Pentagon will be doing their annual concert for the Mechanicsburg Music Alliance on January 17th, which is a week from this Saturday. Over the course of the last 15 years, the band has raised well over $50,000 for the band boosters. So your support is welcome. Keep our music students, give them the ability to go to summer camps and workshops and continue to keep our music program alive and well in Mechanicsburg. And Happy New Year to everyone.
Thank you. John? Okay. Scott? Kyle? Mark?
Yeah, I got a couple of things. I want to thank the police department for last Monday night.
It was an honor to do it.
Also, I want to thank everybody that showed up. I know there's a lot of people that I didn't get a chance to see or talk to, so thanks. That's all I have to say, thanks.
Thank you.
I think so.
Nothing?
Two quick items, Mr. President. One, I put handout sheets, each position here. Before you is the incident summary for Cumberland County 911 system from January 1 of 2014 to December 31st, 2014. And halfway down the page, Station 27, Citizens Fire and Rescue ran 234 calls, and the Washington Fire Company ran 257. That's a combination of mutual aid and everything in the borough. Last month, we had 12 calls in the borough. Washington Fire Company responded to 23 in December. Citizens ran 27 calls in December. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. We will be adjourning to an executive session with no action be taken. We are adjourned to a matter of personnel.